Okay, so, yeah, I've got Turtle Beaches on. Awesome shit. Yeah, I know. But anyway, so I was on YouTube earlier, and yeah, I was on YouTube. Yeah, but I was on YouTube and I was looking at. Have you ever heard of the TV show called Revolution? But I mean, if you have, it's a good TV. If you haven't, it's a good TV show. I like it. I'm on episode 8 of the first season, but Netflix stopped working. Gotta get money on my credit card. Yeah. But anyway, I've been watching that, and I went on YouTube to see what I could see. They're starting to film the second season, so that makes me a little happy, knowing that there's going to be a second season, because I'm liking the first season. But anyway, I went on to YouTube and I looked it up to see if I can find anything about that TV show. And what popped up was a little bit weird. At first, because if you know me a while ago, I kept on telling people that in the next 15 to 20 years, maybe 10 to 20 years, somewhere in there, the United States would have another revolutionary war, whether it be with violence or without. I personally hope for a revolutionary war without violence, but you don't really get those anymore. I mean, violence is nobody wants violence, but it seems to be what everyone thinks is needed to change things. And in some cases it is. But I was looking on this about Revolutionary War and how the U.S. is about to have a second one. The tide's been turning. You know how 2012 Doomsday, the Mayan calendar? There's a couple different theories that I've heard, personally. One, the Spaniards, that's why the Mayan calendar ended at 2012, December 21st, 2012, is because the Spaniards came and wiped out the Mayans. Another theory, which pretty much everyone's heard, is that Doomsday world's going to end. This is the theory that I came up with, and I might not be the only person that's come up with it, but that it comes where events start coming about that make it to where a revolutionary war comes. My guess is by 2020 or 2025, it will be right on the brink of a complete civil war. And not civil war, maybe civil war, East versus West, North versus South. Hopefully it doesn't get divided that much. But, because you'll have people fleeing to every other side. Because, some people don't want it this way, they like it the old way, and blah, blah, blah. I personally think the government is corrupt as fuck. Corrupt. But, what do you think? I personally think that there's a revolutionary war coming on. But, go onto YouTube and look up Revolutionary War, the second Revolutionary War in America. Look that up. I didn't mean to look up that shit, but I did. I started watching a couple videos, and it kind of clicked, because there's so much shit going on in this country that we don't know about, that the government keeps secrets from us. Newspapers for one, the media, pretty much everything but the internet. YouTube, for example, best way to share information I can think of. Facebook as well. I'll be posting this video on Facebook. But the big thing is, you gotta think about it. The government, what's it doing? It runs on war. So, the war in Iraq. I believe that we should have gone in at first, but I don't think we should be still in there. It's been, 10 years? What was it? The war started in 2001 with George W. Bush. And this is what really confuses me about it. Is everyone blames Bush for declaring war, but it's not Bush's fault. I mean, yeah, it's partially Bush's fault because he signed off on it, but Congress is the one that declares it. The president just has to sign off on it. Yes, Bush signed off on it, but it's not entirely Bush's fault. It's half Congress's. Well, I'd say about 3/4 Congress's. Because the president, no matter what people want to say, he does not have quite as much power. But I was watching one of the videos, apparently there's been like a kill switch for the internet. That way, the president, in time of war, of which, did you know we're still in, so they can do it any time, can kill the internet. All the internet in the United States, cut it off. Turn it off. No more internet. Only the government gets to use it. It'd be sealed off from civilian use. Look it up. I mean it. Do it. But, I mean, seriously, what do you think? I think there will be a revolutionary war. Not might. Will. I do believe that there will be a revolutionary war. And the sad thing is, we're going to need these to end it. Yes, it's real gun. But seriously, we're going to need weapons to end the Revolutionary War. I mean, it's just like having a child. You can't just push the button and start the war. No, and it doesn't mean that the first shot gets fired starts the war. It's a turn of events. More and more people are getting fed up with the government for what the government's doing and everything else. And I personally am fed up with the government myself. I mean, I'm not a perfect person, no. But still, some of the things that the government's doing ain't right. Like, I've personally been to Roswell, New Mexico, and don't take me as some conspiracy theorist, because I'm not. I'm just pointing out the facts that are already here. You'd think if all this attention was going to Roswell, New Mexico, about this alien crash, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've been there. All the street posts look like alien heads. It's kind of weird. There's a couple museums there, but all the museums I went to were rather bland. I mean, they didn't have much of anything in them. And you'd think, and I personally think, if the government was trying to cover something up, they wouldn't let the museums have anything of real importance. But if you ask me, the best way to cover things up is give them a bunch of bullshit shit, which is all what's in there. Give them some random stuff that, oh no, this just looks fake, because everything in there looks fake. Every museum I went to looks fake. But I just so happen to have a contact who used to work for the Secret Service. And he said that he was actually in Roswell back in, I think it was like 49 when the thing supposedly crashed. So he says yes, it is true that there was an alien spaceship and there was aliens in Area 51. Actually, it's not in Area 51 anymore because everybody knows about it, Area 51. Further into the mountains, there's a big underground base, from what I've heard. And I'm not sure if this is true, but kind of like Cheyenne Mountain, how it's a huge missile complex. It was something like that, I think, but they changed it into this big, giant research bunker. The ship that's apparently down there, they've tried everything. Apparently they've tried everything they know to put a scratch and shit in it, and they can't. Stupid ass motherfuckers. But I don't know if that's true or not. So you're gonna have to do your research and decide for yourself. But seriously, check out that Revolutionary War shit, because I honestly believe there will be a Revolutionary War again here in the next few years, next decade at least. But I don't want it. But what can I do? If it happens, it happens. And I will be on the side that goes against the government, the current government. And people might not like me for this, but I don't care. If you don't like what someone is doing, do something to stop it. Just like bullying, cyberbullying, regular bullying in school. If you don't like that those people are getting bullied, or if you don't like that you're getting bullied, do something about it. I mean, honestly, that's all it takes, is one person to say no, one person to stand up against the other person. One person, all you need is one voice. One person with the balls to stand up against the government and say what you are doing is wrong. I honestly think that the government needs to be dismantled as how it is and go back to the original Constitution about how all of that is. Yes, there are some laws that we still have right now that I do think are good laws and we should keep. But there's a lot of other laws that are just stupid. Like this, marijuana should be completely legal. According to the Bible, God made everything on this earth, and He put it on this earth for a reason. Honestly, put it on the earth for a reason. Because God made everything. According to the Bible, God made everything, and everything is good. It's man who criminalizes it and uses it for wrong purposes. I used to smoke weed. The only reason why I can is I'm on probation. But, I mean, seriously, think about it. Honestly, think about it. I'm reaching out to the Christian people here right now. Think about it. According to the Bible, everything that God made is good, but man criminalizes it and demoralizes it. Think about it. Because if you actually think about it and listen to how it sounds, you know that it's right. That it's the man-made shit like heroin, cocaine, meth. Those things? No, I don't think we should have those, no. Because those are more of man-made type stuff. Yes, they come from plants and stuff. A lot of the stuff comes from plants, except for meth, I think. But, I mean, like heroin and coke, you have to do stuff to the plants. I don't know what it is, but I know you have to do stuff to the plants to get them to where you can use it. But, going on 13 and a half minutes now, so I'll let you think about what I've said so far, so have a nice one. Good night.